everyone, welcome back to sharoncullenart. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of an unboxing for you and also a follow-up on my pochade box trip out to the beach that you guys saw over on Instagram the other day. First thing I'll start with is that I had taken some gouache with me, and I showed you all in the last video that I had put my tubes of Holbein gouache in there. Well, I needed some white, so I grabbed my white out of my Holbein gouache. The thing was completely dried up inside the tube. There are no holes or anything in that tube, but the paint is completely dried up in there. So I'm really bummed out about that. You know, this gouache is not cheap gouache. I don't know if all the gouaches are like that. Sorry, I shouldn't use my teeth, but Dr. Red Ones, if you're watching, don't watch that. Nope, my red is fine. So it was probably just the white, but I was a little bit bummed that it didn't stay moist inside. So that was that. The other things I got, I bought some new brushes. I had been needing some more script brushes, and so I went online. I was looking for like maybe some sable or some squirrel travel script liners, and I could not find any travel brushes that were available. There was one on back order from Rosemary and Company. I did buy a couple other travel brushes from them. I think I got a dagger and one other travel brush, but I ended up getting some script liners. I can always use more script liners from Silver Black Velvet. And these came from Hyatt's, which I'm not real thrilled with them, but whatever. They are a number 4 script liner, number 6 script liner, and a number 1. So I will take the tops off of all of these and show you the sizes. Oh gosh, sorry, my thumb doesn't work, so got to switch hands. There we go. So you can see the difference in the sizes. One of these has a bent bristle. I hope I can straighten out on the number 4. Whoops! And I'm going to bend them on the 1 if I'm not careful. This is what they look like. Now the one I just broke the gum arabic on it, so it's not pointed anymore, but I'll show them to you on paper, what they do. The other thing was I got a couple new paints, Daniel Smith paints, that I've been waiting on for several weeks. And I'm anxious to try them out. The first one is a Hematite Burnt Scarlet, which was just a little extra that I didn't need. I could have used Hematite Genuine and Hematite Genuine and probably got the same color, but we'll see. Or some sort of a red. And then the other one I got, I always used Rich Green Gold by Daniel Smith, but it's very golden. It's very yellow. So this time I got Green Gold, which is a lot greener, a lot brighter. So I'm going to try that one out too. I did get another green recently. It was the Phthalo Yellow Green, which is very, very lime green, but it's also not fully transparent, which is great for some things. Like when I want to put highlights on trees, it's great that it's semi-transparent because then I can go over the other leaves. But we'll try this out too. So I'll show you those two things. And then another thing that I got, and the last thing that I got was this. I think this is a new palette. I know you guys are saying, be careful, Sharon, don't cut yourself. Oh, my son's surgery went very well, by the way. Many of you have been asking. He's home healing, and they did not have to pull the tendon down from the forearm. They only had to cut into the palm and pull it back up from there. So he did well, and now he's got about a 4-month recovery, I think. I think that's what they said. We'll see. A lot of that will just depend on how well he's healing. So I hope you all had a great weekend. I had a terrific weekend. Pat and I had a lot of fun this weekend with friends and just driving around, sightseeing in the area and going to get ice cream at this place called Grindstone General Store. If any of you are familiar with Grindstone, Michigan, you know of the Grindstone General Store. They have the biggest cones in Michigan, I swear. A single scoop is like a half gallon. You can hardly eat it. So we didn't even eat dinner. That's how big these are. We had a late lunch and then we just went out for dessert later. And I still could hardly eat the thing. It was crazy. And this is a new watercolor palette I wanted to try. It was a toss-up. I was going to get the regular flower palette, but then I saw this one and I thought I'd try it. It's got some nice deep lips on the wells. And yeah, it's a nice mixing tray. So we'll give that a shot too and see how that is. It's porcelain, so it should go very well. What? Are you sad? Oh, you want the paper. You don't need the paper. I know, but you don't need the paper. It's just foam and you're going to make a mess for Mama to clean up, and that's not right. My floors are very dirty from all of the dirt outside. So right after I finished filming this unboxing that I did, I got another package in the mail. So I thought I would unbox this too. It is from, dun 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 dun, Rosemary and Company. And I found out that when I was looking at their shipping, I don't know if maybe I didn't buy enough this time. Go figure. I didn't have free shipping. Maybe I never have free shipping from them, but I thought I did after a certain amount of money spent, but it was under $50. So I found out that getting the package FedExed to me was still only $3 more than the regular shipping, which would have taken 10 days. So I thought, heck with that, I'm spending the $3 and I'm going to have FedEx ship it. And this came so fast. It came in like under, I don't know, it was like 4 days, 4 business days. And that's it. So they've got some new packaging, it seems like. I don't remember packaging like this before. It's really nicely packaged, their box. They give you their normal Rosemary and Company sticker that they always give, and I'll put that on the front of one of my sketchbooks like I always do. Then they give you a thank you, telling you that this is fully recyclable. And then, of course, you get 1,000,000 of their workshop little ditties. I don't know how many I've got here. I've got a ton of them. And I always say no to the the catalog for the brushes, because you can just go online and it's easier to find them that way anyway. Although I must say, when I do get the catalog, I do find that I end up going back and spending more money. So it's probably a good thing I don't get the catalog, right? And then this is what I got. I think I told you guys I was waiting on these. I got 2 more travel brushes, and I did email them about my other travel brush. They won't even respond to me. I find that kind of upsetting. And my other travel brush, if you guys are unaware, I have a mop brush from them that was very loose and would fall right out. If I went to rinse it in water, the bottom would drop off of the handle. And that wasn't the only problem. The other problem was that there was no hole in the end to help dry the brush out when you put your brush away. You're supposed to put your brushes away wet or damp so that you don't screw up the bristles when you're sliding them back into the holder. But I had to put it away damp, or otherwise it wouldn't fit through the hole, because it's a mop brush. It's got a pretty wide belly. Well, now the white is cracking off of it. I'll show it to you guys in just a second, but let's look at these first. And I got 2 different types this time. What I really wanted to get was a script brush, and I ended up getting those silver black velvet script brushes. Doesn't this open? I'm in so much pain today too. This is ridiculous. Okay, I need scissors. Oh, here's some right here. This one is a 3/8 inch dagger brush. And again, totally loose. Look at that. This is what I have a problem with these brushes. they're always so loose. I'm sorry, I'm shaking, you guys. I'm in a lot of pain today, and that makes me shake like crazy. But look at how loose it is. I can barely touch this, and it falls right out. I should have a little more grip than that. That's crazy. So again, I'm going to have to go through the same crap as before. It's got a little bump on the top here, but oops, I'm sorry, my finger's in the way there. But this little bump on the top is so minute. It's almost smooth. It barely bumps up, and it needs to bump up higher. It's funny, it looks the same as it is on the other side, but on the other side, when you put the brush away, which I'm afraid to do because I'm afraid I'll ruin the brush. Oops, yep. When you put the brush away, it always fits in the other way just fine. There. This side is nice and tight. My thumb's not even strong enough to pull it apart. I got to use my fingers. But on this side, it just comes right off. I hate that. Why do they keep doing that? So I'm going to have to get my pliers out and start bending it again. No wonder they're not responding, because their other brushes do that too. I'd gotten a second brush from them and it was fine, so I thought it was just the mop brushes. Obviously not. But these do have the hole in the end, so they will dry. And this one has a hole in the end also. And this one is a little scrubber brush. Just a little flat scrubber, which is really nice to have. I like to have that. Let's see if this one is going to be loose. It's a slightly tighter, but still very loose. This one I can tolerate, but I might try to tighten it a little bit more. But I like having a little scrubber. And my favorite scrubbers, I don't want to knock the brushes down. Like, this is one of my favorite scrubbers. And it's just a Master's Touch number 6 fake hog bristle brush. And I use that a lot, but it's wide. You can see how wide it is from this side to that side. It's a fairly wide brush in comparison to the other brush that I got, which is very, very narrow, like a hair's width. So let's go check these out and see how they work, huh? Now I'm on to a third day. Every time I think I'm done and the video is ready to go up, then I get more packages in the mail. That's not a bad thing, is it? One of the things I got today was a new Quaco pencil. I was going to go with the Quaco Sport pencils, but they are hugely expensive. I can't believe they're running for like $60, $70, $90 in some places. And I'd rather have a mechanical pencil that is a small lead, not the large lead. I have a large lead pencil and I don't seem to use it much. So I got this one. This is not the Sport, but it is a Quaco pencil, which I need some scissors for. No, I don't. Here we go. And this is the one that I got. It's a pretty gold one, and it's a click, so I can just click it down. And I believe is it a 0.7 lead? I can't remember. Oh, 0.5 millimeters. I guess I'm going to have to keep this, or at least put the tag in the bottom of my metal case so that I have it. But it's a pretty pencil, and I think it has an eraser if I pull this off. Yes, it's got the small eraser in the tip, which I have plenty of for replacements. So anyway, oops, I'm sorry, you guys. I opened my drawer and I forgot about my camera. But this is really pretty, and it says Quaco Special on it. I don't know if this is a limited edition. Some things are limited edition, but let me see. There we go. It says Quaco Special on there. So I got that pencil, and then I also got something else for brushes. This was a little bit of a splurge. Well, they're all splurges, but it's for makeup brushes. And I thought, well, why can't I use it for paint brushes? It would be really cute. So it comes with these little balls, these pearl looking balls, and then it is a container that I thought would look so pretty on my desk. So you guys probably don't care about this, but you girls might like it. This is the container, and then I'll just put the balls in, and we can, I can use it then for my brushes, to put brushes into, and it should be really pretty. Let me just open my bag here and pour them in, and we can see how nice it is. Fills it about halfway, which is just right. That's good. And then grab some brushes here. I always dry my brushes horizontally, but then it's nice to have them that I can just poke them in here, and that's going to sit on my desk. But the way I normally dry my brushes is like this, and I just pulled all these off of here. This is a rack that I got a couple of years ago, and I believe it's a display for pens or something like that. And I bought it on Amazon. You might want to Google or do an Amazon search for pen display or something like that and see what you find. It's just one of those lucite or acrylic things. But then when my brushes are dry, I like to put them in here. And so, yeah, I can put the ones I'm using most often, like right in this thing, and I've got them all right here. I also keep my Bugs Bunny here too. That's very special to me. That was something of my son's that he got as a white elephant gift one year at Christmas. So he moved out and left it behind, and I grabbed it. Another nice feature of the pencil, well, it's not a feature, but just the way it looks. The craftsmanship of these pencils is so nice, and they've got their Kaweco emblem on the back in a pewter or silver color, and which is really nice. The whole pencil is just, well, I love Kaweco's items, especially their metal things. It's not too weighted either. It's not too heavy, but yeah, this one's going with me today to the beach for my sketching. So, ooh, I gotta go. So I took my colors here and I added my green gold here, and then up here I added my Hematite burnt scarlet between my Hematite and my Pamonite genuine, and then I think that's it. Now, you guys wanted an update also on my palette and what I was thinking of it. As you can see, it gets a lot of use. It's pretty dirty right now. I still love it. I find it very convenient spinning this around when I need a certain color. I can just go after it. I keep it very close to me when I'm painting. You can see, though, how large it is. It takes up a full TV tray here. That's a regulation TV tray. And I just keep it right next to me here so that when I'm painting, normally I have my palette right like this, and then I'm just transferring color from here to here into my palette, and it's not a problem, or into my mixing tray, I mean. Sometimes I use directly from the palette itself, and like if I need something full strength, then I'll just take a little bit of color off of the edge here like this, and then put it on my paper or whatever. So yeah, that's basically what I do. Now, the only drawback I found with this palette is that the wells are very deep, and I feel that the depth of these wells is very unnecessary. I'm not sure why the person who asked for these size wells asked for them to be that deep. I think that that's overkill. They would have been fine if they were the depth of a regulation pan, I think. But other than that, that is basically it. My only thought is that the person who asked that this palette be developed before it came on the market for everyone else is that they wanted to be able to put a full tube of paint in there, which you can, and it still doesn't fill it more than halfway. I mean, it's crazy how big these wells are. They're huge. And then these are a little bit between a half pan size and a regulation pan, full pan size. And then I'll just use these outer areas as I get more colors, which I really don't need to do. Some of these colors I'll use up, and then I will pull them out of the rotation and then switch over to something else. Like some of these colors that I have, these yellows are very similar in color. This one's just slightly deeper than this one. They're both very cool yellows. I don't need both. One's a Daniel Smith and one is a Shinhan Professional watercolor. But then there's other ones that I don't use as much, like, well, my greens I use. Some of the reds I think are unnecessary. The orange, I'll never buy this orange again. That was a mistake. When I bought it before I knew a lot about watercolor. So, yeah, there's things that will probably lose out of the rotation. But for the most part, though, I still love this palette a lot. So let's get back to the other stuff now. I did put my other colors in this palette, the new colors that I bought, and I'm going to show you some comparisons to some of the other colors that I use, like the Hematite Genuine and the, what's the other one? PM and Night. Golly, I need to get myself together for a second. Okay, so I've got all the new brushes here and my new palette here, and we're going to check all of these out and see how well they work. But before I do that, I wanted to show you this Rosemary and Company brush. This was the other one that I was having the issue with, and I love this brush. It's still wet in here from the painting that I posted a few days ago. I tightened it with a pair of pliers so that it's a little bit tighter, but it still comes off fairly easily. But look at this. You can see because it stays wet for so long that you can see cracks where the paint has cracked right off. I don't know if I can get it to come up on here. Can you see all the cracking in this? If I could just get it to focus. There we go. See all the cracking? Everything has cracked. These brushes, you know, I like Rosemary and Company brushes. The brushes themselves, the actual bristles, are okay, but I have more problems than I have good things to say about Rosemary and Company brushes, and it's really a shame. When you buy a brush for $30 or more, you really should be getting a good brush, and I don't feel that they take pride in their customer service the way they ought to. I'm going to email them again today, and I'm going to see if I picked at this, all of that paint would come right off. It's really a shame, but yeah, so we'll see how these hold up. My other brush that I have from them seems to be holding up okay. It's got a hole in the end, but boy, this one in comparison is just not as good. So, okay, let me go ahead and show you all of these now. I'm gonna just give you an idea of what these brushes are like. This one, let me zoom in here. And we can show you. Oops. Well, we'll go right here. How's that? I got this one is a little bit juicy. I think this is a sable mix, but the reason I got a dagger is not because I'm a huge dagger fan, although it does make it easy to draw leaves and stuff like that. I got it because I couldn't get the script. And this way, I can still use this as a script brush for plein air painting, which is what I wanted to do. So that's why I got that brush. And it is holding better than I thought it would. I'll give them that. Then the scrubber brush. You just use like this, and you just kind of scrub your paint away. This is a highly staining color, this one. This green gold has a staining quality of 3, which is medium staining on Daniel Smith's set up on their scale, so that's not going to come off very well. But this could also be used as a flat or a liner. But the thing is it doesn't hold much paint. It's shorter than a bright flat brush. But you can see I can get some nice lines with it. And I could make some branches or whatever, I suppose. But that's not what it's meant for. So that's that brush. Now let me get these ones. I'm really curious about these. We'll start out with the biggest, the 6. This is the number 6 that I received. And I'm going to grab some of this Hematite Burnt Scarlet. And I'll show you how big a line the number 6 makes. I'm going to go lightly first. So it draws a fairly thick line. And then if I push down, you can use it still like a round as well. Then the next one is the 4. So grab some paint here and see how thick these lines get. Excuse me for my shaking, you guys. I apologize. I can't do a straight line today. That's the problem when I'm hurting really bad. I don't know why I shake like crazy, but I do. And then here's used flat. You can see the difference in the size of each one of these. And this one is slightly smaller than the 6, as you can see. I put that line above it there. Then I have the 1, which is the one that I really wanted. And it was actually not much more money to get all 3 of them. So here's the 1. I had a synthetic one, but synthetics don't hold as much water as Squirrel do. So that's why I got the Silver Black Velvet one. And you can see how much smaller those lines are. And I'll show you up against the other 2 up here at the top. You can see a difference. I can see a difference. I don't know if you can see it on camera or not. But so those are all of my new brushes, and these are my new colors. Now let me show you let me get a different brush here. And I got to take my jacket off because I did not open my windows. It's been so cold today. We just got out of the 60s, and it's going on 1 in the afternoon. It's crazy. We go from 95 to 60. But we're supposed to get up to 71. I actually have jeans on today because I was cold. Okay, I want to show you first the green. This is the green gold, as you see elsewhere, but here's the green gold. And I'm going to show you what my lighter color, my phthalo yellow green, which is this one, is very lime colored. It's more of a lime green. So that's that one. And then also my rich green gold, which is the color I had, but I found it to be too gold, and I wasn't getting enough green out of it. So I was mixing green into it, and I thought, why am I doing that? I'm not using this color. I've had this is my original tube, and I've had it for probably 5 years, and this is what's left. And I had some in other palettes that are still not used up too. Now here's the rich green gold, which is actually a gold, not a green. Rich green gold. I would take it more as a gold. It runs more green than Quinacridone Gold. Let me show you Quinacridone Gold here if I can find it. I believe this is it. Nope, that's burnt umber. What the heck is that doing there? Here's my Quinacridone Gold. You'll see this is much more yellow, and you'll see the green in the rich green gold. See, but Nicolazo yellow is more along the lines. It's got a greener look, but it's still brighter yellow. I didn't wet any of these. But you can see all of those colors next to it. Now, if I put sap green next to it, which I know many of you, or most of, not all of you, are familiar with sap green. It's a popular color. That's the sap green, and you can see the difference. Now, sap greens are different from manufacturer to manufacturer, but that's my Daniel Smith. Those are all Daniel Smith colors. So this green gold was a color that I really, really wanted. I'm glad I finally got it. I bought the rich green gold by recommendation, and I think the person meant green gold. I thought, well, why does mine look so different than his? Well, I think it's because he had green gold, not rich green gold. Now, here is the new color, the Hematite Burnt Scarlet, which is still Hematite Genuine, but it's just a redder version of it. So this is the new one, and these are granulating colors. As they dry, I'll show you how they granulate. When you're using granulating colors, it's nice to keep them on the wetter side because then you will get more granulation. You don't want them so wet that they're going to bloom on your paper, unless blooms are what you're going for, but I'm not one for blooms. I always see them as mistakes. This is regular Hematite Genuine. See how black that looks. And then let me show you the Hematite Genuine next to it. The Hematite is probably going to be a lot more red. And I don't think this one granulates as much as hematite colors do. Yeah, this has more of a burgundy brown color to it. They're both beautiful colors, but I wanted to try the burnt scarlet. Okay, and then there was one last one I wanted to show next to it, which is the Lunar Black, which also came highly recommended to me by one of my subscribers. I'm trying to remember which one it was. It might have been Brian, but it could have been Tom. Here's the Lunar Black. Oh, I got too much there. And Lunar Black is granulating as well. But you can see the difference from the Hematite Genuine. The Hematite Genuine has an undertone of kind of a beige color. Now I'm going to go ahead and let those dry, and then I'll come back and I'll show them to you all granulated. Okay, so this has dried, and I'm going to zoom in so you can see the granulation on this. This is the reason I love these Primatech paints so much, is because the granulation is just phenomenal. But this is the Lunar Black, and you can see a ton of granulation in this Lunar Black. It is just the prettiest black you ever want. I've fallen in love with this color. It is just amazing to me. I use it all the time. I use it on trees, for shadowing even, or whatever, but you can use it at various values, and it still granulates. And then this is the Hematite Genuine. This, you would normally think looks very black, but you can see the beige undertones in that color that give it its pretty kind of brown tone in comparison to this. Then this is the new one. This is the Hematite Burnt Scarlet, and it has a bit of granulation. You can see the granulation in it, but it's basically the same color, just at a different value, settling into different areas. There you go. And then this one is the Hematite Genuine, and it's basically the same as the other one, only it's more of a deeper red. So that's all of those colors. Now these colors don't granulate. The rich green gold does a little bit, but this was my newer color, and yeah, I'm really going to get a lot of use out of that color. It doesn't look as green on camera from what I'm looking at as it does in real life. But if I put my finger over that, then you can really see just how green it is. That pulls a lot of it away. So anyway, that's everything that I got this time, you guys, and I just wanted to show it all to you. And I think I've updated you on every little thing going on. So that's pretty much it. That's all I had to show you. I'm going to go ahead and do a painting, and we'll see how those colors work out in a new painting. And you'll see that coming up very soon. I'm not sure what I want to paint. I've been really kind of stumped lately. I need to get out and plein air paint. I should be out there today, but it got cloudy. Now it looks like it's partly cloudy again. And we did have some guests that popped in unexpectedly that we haven't seen in years. One of our friends' sons just got engaged up here recently, and it was really good to see him and his new fiance, who I've never met. And yeah, so they got engaged on the pier right by us in Port Austin. And then they're here for a few more days, and then they're headed home. So I was so glad to see them. And you guys have a great day. Remember, be courageous, paint with wild abandon, but most of all, be kind to each other. Please.